Say no. Hello, everybody. I am Captain Calvinist, the host of Tales of the Aesir. You can find me pretty much anywhere on social media as the Captain Calvinist, or as long as you put Captain, then something, that's probably me, or it's someone trying to steal my slogan or name, trademark. Anyway, this is my lovely cast of characters, my adventure gang. So just going down the list, please introduce yourself to the audience.
I'm Null and Paranoid on TikTok, and Null and Paranoid on Twitch as well, where I run my own D&D game with these fellows. That's about it.
You hear that, boys? We're fellas now.
Hello, I'm Stephen the Stole, or Stephen the Stole, as you can see over there. This is put rightly and not mirrored. I also host my own D&D game and play in the one previously mentioned about Yip Yap Nortail, and then I host my own Tombs of Time on my YouTube channel, Lone Jedi 100, in which is played by this Poison and this Poison, who will go next.
Hello there. I am the Black Doctor, also known on here as the Great Athanasius, as well as on Stephen's D&D campaign, the Noble Donatello, and of course on Null's, Balgroth the Dark. You can find me on TikTok at BlackDoctor21. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, under the Black Doctor, and there you can also find my link tree, which gives you access to all the other stuff that I do, and I do a lot of it, and it's a lot of stuff.
You're busy beaver.
I don't
and
make
I, I don't know.
I give them.
You give dams?
Yes.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Well, I don't give a damn. Anyway, so I am Dale Jitsu on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram in that order. And I am in the role of Shijin, the God Slayer, the Slayer of Gods. And the only one of these three, or four of us, that doesn't have one of those special 4 legendary swords. So clearly, that's why I'm on the bottom here.
Shijin Omokami Otaku Samurai.
No, the samurai, the Otaku Samurai is in the other campaign. And his name is a pun.
It is a pun. Thank you for noticing.
He's right.
Can you die? Please.
You will.
I'm going to do that joke at least once at some point. I have to.
Yeah. They are very respectful people.
Who's they?
Otakus?
The Japanese. No. No, not otakus. The Japanese.
All right.
Otaku, she says.
So starting
just
from where we
lie on
last
the internet.
left off, can one of my glorious players please recount last session?
I'm in sand.
We woke up. Asher had a weird spoopy dream that led him to, as everything that seems to happen regarding Shijin's character, questioning whether or not he is going to end up betraying the party in some form or another. It wouldn't be the first time.
I was possessed.
And one can
Allegedly.
be possessed again.
No, now I'm unpossessable.
I don't think we're operating with real Christian possession logic here.
I literally have an aura / hedge of protection now.
Anyways, I'm recapping. We went out. We got told that there was some diplomatic matters that needed to be done, and Asher for some reason took point. I don't know if I psychologically influenced that by wearing a captain shirt from The Next Generation, but we went to a camp that felt like the Tusken Raider camp from KOTOR, and we talked to the people there and got sent on a fetch quest inside of a fetch quest, an enigma inside of a mystery, and back to the oasis we'd been to before, where a purple worm just tried to have us for a midnight snack. I think it was midnight, and we beat it. And now we're back with the gunpowder fixins in its guts, to keep peace and prosperity and stuff. And we slept.
Outstanding revelation and recounting from last session. Stephen, inspiration. Because that was very inspirational.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're a hero to us all.
Inspiration.
The more you know.
The more you know you don't know.
The more you know, the more you get an extra roll. Inspiration.
All right. So, with that being said, the first one to wake up from their prolonged sleepy time is Shin. Shin, as you wake up and exit the camp, you see no one's there. In fact, the entire camp is empty. You move over to the tent where brain stroke.
A share and Akita.
Where and Akita are. And you notice they're not there too. In fact,
No smooth jazz or anything.
your moving isn't really your movements. It's like something's puppeteering you along. And you're just kind of walking around the camp till you get to a fire. One of the fire camp circles that's in there, and it lights with a purple flame. And in that flame, you see a share. A share. As you're fast asleep, you wake up. You notice Akita isn't in the same tent as you. Moving out, you notice no one's in the camp, in the small camp fortress. And Dale's tent is clear. And as if you're being puppeteered along, you're brought to the campfire, which has a purple flame. And inside of it, you see Shijin's face.
What?
Staring.
I sacred flame the fire to disperse it.
Talk about
But did
fire.
I do that when I saw
as you
your
try
mug
to
in the
raise
flame?
your- As you try to raise your hand, it's like a puppet master is controlling your body and pulls and yanks your hand away the moment you try to. As you look and gaze further into the flame, you see Shin's hand reach and grab a sword out of the ground. Shijin, very much in the same way, you see a share. His eyes look completely dilated, blasted almost as if he's been hit with some sort of toxin or hallucinogenic. And you see a wicked smile on his face, something that you think you would never see from a share, but it's visible on his, it's plain as day visible on his face. As he has all four swords around him,
Oh.
getting ready to put them together. And as both moments are coming to their crux, where Shijin's hand is grasping onto the sword and the floor, and the four blades are meeting each other, the purple flame engulfs both of you, and you both wake up in a cold sweat.
Ooh. Oh boy. I'd like to exit my tent and just see what's going on outside.
As you walk out, you see two goblins playing with bone dice. No, that's how that goes. It is a 2, not a 3. You have 3 3s on this dice. No, that's a 1. That's a 2, and that's a 3. There's 3 dots. How can you get this wrong?
am very discombobulated to the point where I couldn't see how they get it right. But as my mind starts to move a little bit better, I sort of, what time of day is it? Is it morning yet? Or is it still night?
It's morning.
I'd like to walk over to their tent just to see if they're awake. I'm not going to go in at the moment.
The only one that should be awake is a Cher, unless Akita would wake up with a Cher in his like jolted cold sweat.
Is Akita there?
She is in the tent. As for waking up, does he like shake her or anything?
I mean, he just kind of bolted awake and shouted her name.
Yeah, she'd wake up.
Thank God you're here.
What happened? You okay?
I had a dream that you were gone, and there was. As Shin looks in, I look over and go, Shin.
I'm not peeking in. I'm not a creep. Like, what are you guys doing?
Here's your guy Gage on your phone.
I'm just outside at the moment. Yeah, Fijian. No, I'm outside the state. Gosh. Continue talking to Cher. Sorry, you did it wrong.
And Cher kind of gets up and quickly wraps at least his left wrist before kind of peering out. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Just like a Morrowind NPC. Just like, there is fighting in Gava.
Yes.
Hello, Batman.
Cher, it seems you had a dream as well.
I did. What happened in yours?
I saw you taking all 4 swords and bringing them together, cackling madly as though intoxicated.
Okay, the last half of that makes sense.
Cher, why do you search for the swords?
Because I am under the impression that once we all have ours, we will be instrumental in bringing the return of Matt Leroy.
Is that all?
Yeah? You think I want to talk to this guy?
Who?
I
sort of look around.
I hold up the ring of Clarent.
Hey,
I don't think it's been established amongst like not sword holders that they can talk to swords yet.
We have
What?
openly talked to our
Yeah,
swords
we
around you
have.
guys.
Well, now keep in mind, I think you're insane.
Well, keep in mind, do you think that the insanity?
Insane.
Do you think that the insanity is catching? Like,
Do you need me to go over the actions some of you have taken? But no, I think Cher's the one to talk to.
do you need
his
us
sword
to go over the
most.
actions you have taken?
When I was possessed. Yes, so that doesn't help. Cher, what does the sword say to you?
Many things. It's very early on. It told me about the entire history of the world. It was a very nice informational documentary. Very good narrator. I don't know where he found the voice talent, but
Does it give you commands?
no, I give it commands, and it gives me sass.
I do not sass. I am a very respectful sword spirit individual thing.
Shut. Where's the
I
mute
don't
button?
have pain receptors.
I will. I will find a way. Anyway, yeah.
What was your dream?
There was no one, and then there was a fire, and you were in it reaching for sword. So tell me, what are your intentions with the sword?
So I just want to be clear. Your worst case scenario is me getting the
You, yeah.
sword. My
And your
worst case scenario
is mine.
is you killing us and taking all the swords. We may have had the
this-
same dream.
Excuse me, you had a dream of killing everyone too. I had a dream of you
What?
killing everyone too.
When? What?
Literally last night, I told you.
That's where you were asking about things?
Right, I did not tell you about that.
Uh, Cher, clearly something's going on. I have no intentions of killing all of you and taking your swords. I hope you don't. I don't think you do either at this point. Doesn't seem to be within your normal character. We need to be vigilant of whatever's happening to make things this way. How are you feeling physically?
How am I feeling physically?
How you're in a cold sweat. But other than that, that's up to you two.
I mean, I just woke up from a bad dream. But I've had a chance to rest for a long period of time, so I'm a little, weak, given my particular life choices of, my particular sets of skills, but...
Well, speaking of which, I think we all need to sharpen ourselves and grow stronger. Do you feel that you wish to pursue more of your martial talents or perhaps your magic abilities?
It's hard to say. Both are very hit or miss.
Well, yes. Well, so it's
But
worth thinking of it.
Do you need a sparring partner or something? I'm sure Athanasius...
I would love one, and I'd be happy to train either set or both with you. But I've been thinking about, yes, I feel that, well, I can handle myself well, but some of these arcane arts and divine attacks, I think I could make more potent with more effort and integrate it better into my fighting.
Probably, yeah.
Well, perhaps we can train today. I'm sure Athanasius and Akita would be willing to join.
Sounds good.
Excellent.
Day.
Then I'll see you after breakfast.
Yeah.
Also, did Athanasius wake up at all yesterday?
We left before we really made sure, so...
Oh, I hope he found us.
Yeah,
Heading to Athanasius. Athanasius, ever since you got into the town, you've been feeling slightly under the weather. And you're now just waking up from what you believe has maybe been a good 8-hour rest. But you wake up and notice that your snout is covered in sand. Your chest is covered in sand. In fact, your body is covered in sand.
What? Why is there sand around here? I hate sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating. It gets everywhere. It's all in my armor.
So, Athanasius, you look to your left and you notice that the window, mind you, these are mostly sandstone buildings, the window doesn't have a window. It's a hole cut into the room.
Athanasius climbs out of this sand that he's in and then just walks out of the house, just inspecting the window.
As you go to the window, you notice that there was a remnant of like what seemed to be like a sandstorm over the city.
Oh my goodness. Devastation has taken this land. Where am I?
It's not a bad one. It's not a bad one. It was just a lot of sand had blown through.
Mm-hmm. Where am I? Where are my comrades?
Oh, we did leave a note for you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Dear Athanasius,
Do I know
catch up. Sincerely, the party.
Hurry up, Slowpoke. We're put
We are off
here.
to partake of diplomatic favors. Don't die.
We're off
and
doing
like
business.
telling you where we went, basically. Like there's a place outside the city, X direction.
Do I notice?
Roll perception.
Okay. And I probably shouldn't have. Yep.
Oh,
You'll notice.
I'm up,
in fact,
and
it's
I've got
right
good
there.
eyes.
It's nailed to your door. I do not know how you can miss it.
I go up, rip it, read it. Outside the city. Slowpoke. Shijin wrote this. All right. And so I get up and start, I guess, following the path that the note leads me onto.
Well, as you're walking along, I'm assuming you three are awake.
Yeah.
So as y'all awaken the hobgoblin, the guy running this show, you three. Now, for the last bit of your job, I'm going to have to request a specific favor. For the food and the transport of these monks, you kind of see them crawling out, except this one. This one doesn't really crawl out of his tent. He kind of walks out. He doesn't really look like he needs to sleep. You will be escorting the food and these two back to the village.
all right. I can do that. We can do that. We leaving now or later today?
Who's he
You have
asking?
about an hour and a half.
Who is he asking us to escort?
The food and the monks.
The monk. Okay.
Because it's a jungle out there.
It's literally not. It's a desert.
A sandy jungle.
sarcasm. It's coming from this kobold.
I stare daggers at the kobold.
What?
I turn back and start heading toward my tent to get my stuff back.
Oh, Akita's wearing one of your robes.
Which one?
Oh,
Red or blue?
The blue one.
Very funny.
Aha.
I put on my red one and get ready. I don't really ask for it back.
Is this the equivalent of like your girlfriend wearing your sweater?
I think this is. This is a Cher's sweater, basically. Because he's now put on his shirt, so.
Well, y'all have an hour. So we're going to move to Athanasius.
Yep. Oh boy.
you're about to get jumped.
Right here, Athanasius.
Yeah, I'm humming. I am the actor singing the hammer and anvil song. And so I'm just strolling through trying to figure out what's going on. Do I see anything on the way?
Yeah, you see this entire contingent of 3 hobgoblins and a bunch of goblins. Oh, look, masters! Look! It's mealtime!
I assure you, my friends, the only thing that will be tasting any satisfaction will be my blade as it enters.
Hold
your
on.
flesh.
Hold on. It's coming from a different hobgoblin than what y'all were speaking from this side. It's this hobgoblin. Why are you coming over here?
I am coming over here because I am seeking reunion with my my comrades. They preceded me on this way here, and I'm simply trying to meet them.
The dark elf, the horned lady, and the almost dead-looking human.
Yes. Shijin, Akita, and Asher.
That's the names. Move along, then. Make haste.
Good, no trouble.
We
It's a really
want to
trash
get the
security
dragonborn.
system.
Master, we want to eat the dragon bones.
I assure you, my friend, if you even tried, I would be very hard work. But if the laws of Mathadorian tell me that if I am, well, the best case scenario is to seek peace and pursue it. If you stay out of my way, you will be spared. If not, well, I don't think you want to see what happens.
Sir, can you just please get them moving along? The little ones are hungry. They haven't had their breakfast yet.
Then I walk up to him. I suggest that you, sir, as a good leader.
That's not the one that's talking.
This
is the one
So
that's
who's the one talking here? Okay. So I go here. So I assure you, sir, the best way to keep them from coming into other harm is to feed them, for they are like sheep without a shepherd. And I simply pass by.
Self-righteous asshole.
I heard that.
Tell me what
No,
I hear.
you're an asshole with ears.
Oh,
I have a +3 in perception. I sure heard that. I cast fireball.
no.
After about an hour of walking, Athanasius, you make it up to this part of the camp.
Right. I start panting as I walk through the gate.
Open
Or
the
walk
gates.
to the
This is the
gate.
one. And the gates are open for you.
I thought it was gonna be, oh look, it's a dragonborn. Opens the gate. It's a black dragonborn. Close the gate. It's Athanasius.
Oh,
Opens the gates a little.
gosh.
I greet everyone saying, peace of Mathadorian be with you. I am seeking a few friends of mine. I was told they would be here.
Your friends are over there. Your friends are over there.
I nod to him and I don't cause any trouble, so I walk over and greet everyone.
Though I hate to say it, your arrival has come, well, better late than never.
Well
will
met,
have to-
Athanasius.
You will have to walk back to your village.
Asher puts his hands on Athanasius' shoulders and goes, "It is good to see you again, my friend."
It is good to see you as well, my friend, and all of you.
Well met.
Indeed, Shijin. And I take it you are still unpossessed.
Was that ever in question?
No, just wondering.
Well, that's an awfully weird thing to say, but yes. We were thinking of doing some training today if you'd like to join us. Honing our skills.
I would love to. I think that would be pretty fun for all of us. We've never sparred before. I mean, we fought before, but we've never sparred.
Perhaps.
But maybe after some rest, because apparently I'm going to have to walk all the way back.
Also, yes.
Athanasius sighs and puts his head down. His dragon ears slowly lower as they sink into his hair.
I give him like a pat on the back. Athanasius, you can ride my horse for part of it. It'll be fine.
Oh, that was your horses?
Yeah, you probably crossed right in with them.
Now I've got to summon a new one.
You see a goblin. You see a goblin eating an entire hind leg off of a horse.
Ugh.
It's cooked. It's cooked. It's been cooked, butchered.
That makes it better.
Athanasius, he basically he clasps his hands and puts them to the top of his head. Did you at least leave the saddles?
The leather stew.
What?
Oh no! You made that.
Athanasius's eyes glow inflamed. Brothers, hold me back, please.
No, I want to see what happens.
Athanasius, it's fine. No need to get too angry. I can summon another horse.
It's not about the horse, brother. It's just
I
my
know.
hard work.
I
My
appreciate the
gifts for my
saddle.
friends.
It was lovely and functional, but
Your saddle,
it still served
one-
a good purpose.
the one you made for me and Akita, still remains.
Yes, the saddle was delicious. Great craftsmanship.
You're an idiot, an adult.
They appreciate your work, Athanasius. That should be an encouragement. Oh, no!
Please tell me the numbskulls who ate the horses and stuff aren't the ones we have to escort.
Right.
No.
He walks. He activates rage and begins to walk quickly towards the goblin.
No need for that. Athanasius.
Can I go up to the goblin?
Must pay.
Sure, go ahead.
Which goblin is it?
This one.
Okay.
Just remember, good relations must be maintained.
No, it's fine. She's gonna take out that bag she has and she's gonna offer it to him and be like, "Are you still hungry?"
Yes.
Here. And she tosses him the bag.
He takes the bag.
It's like protein powder. It's grounded up meat.
Oh God.
Wait a minute.
Yes. He opens it, starts shoveling it into his mouth.
Wait, hold
And
up.
Akita just stands back and crosses her arms with a
Akita was that?
Athanasius pauses and stares onward, curious.
Akita, wasn't that the bag we needed with the thing?
No, that was extra.
Ex-
I took some extra. Remember?
That was extra.
Okay then.
Plus a little bit extra. Thanks, Shamrock.
doesn't taste like meat.
Oh no, it's good for you. Trust me.
Mhm. Eat all of it. Very good. Makes you strong.
I don't think I can eat anymore.
Oh.
Okay. Akita.
Mhm.
A share. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
What do I? Why does he have to?
Why do I have to do this?
Oh. Oh.
I'm tired.
Oh no.
Both of y'all proceed to get goblin vomit.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I have
Was there one-
prestidigitation,
Yes, she has prestidigitation.
so I'm just gonna.
And he
Not-
falls back unconscious,
not deal with
twitching
that.
a bit.
Well, that settled that.
What did you do to one of my goblins?
I guess he couldn't hold the protein powder. It happens, you know.
It must be what happens when they eat their visitors' horses and leathers.
Mm-hmm.
Athanasius watches this go on.
This is why you use protein isolate instead of protein concentrate.
Mm. Mm.
By all that's divine, just get the food delivered.
I thought that was going to be a different F word coming after get the.
Oh my gosh. Athanasius comes out of rage. Slightly more satisfied, but still sort of disappointed that his saddle.
All right, let's get a move on, everybody.
Fine. As we go by, I kneel down to Akita and whisper, "Thank you."
No problem. I've been wanting to do that since I got that bag. It's very fun.
Akita, would you like a steed?
Of course.
I share horse modes.
horse mode.
He becomes the neigh.
Just like with that, I imagine it's just like that transformer sound.
Well, thankfully, the food that's being transported is being pulled by 4 donkeys.
Cool. The saddle on a chair is much more
And the
comfy than a
carriage
donkey.
does seem like it would fit both Athanasius and Ship.
Yeah.
I'll hop on.
Athanasius puts his saddle on one of the donkeys and then gets on.
It buckles under the weight. No.
A saddle on one of the donkeys? It's a carriage.
There's a cart. You mean get on the
it is a
cart?
cart. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought we were riding on the donkeys, but yeah, I'll get into the cart.
A share will ride separate with a
As you
kid.
get on, you see the 2 monks there. One, a kobold with a really long rifle that does not look like his body weight should be able to support that. And then Athanasius, you take a smell of the air. I can't help but sense the feeling of undeath around you. As you see a man, same monk with a hood over his head.
I walk over to him. Excuse me. He squints. Holy One? Would you mind telling me who you are?
You may call me Bones.
Bones?
Bones.
I see. Well, Sir Bones, is it? Why are apparently we assigned to escort you back to the city?
I'm supposed to help with the cleaning of the water sources in the city.
And I assume he's a skeleton.
No, he is. He's not. You can't actually like. You see flesh on his hands.
Mm-hmm.
But, his hood is covering a bit of his face.
So I suggest, well, a creature like you is that necessarily safe?
The monks trust me, so the people trust me. I no longer hunger. I live in perpetuity.
I stare at him, not trusting him, but carrying on nevertheless.
Akita has a question for him.
Is she gonna climb into the cart to ask him a question?
Is the cart already moving?
No,
Or-
y'all haven't started moving yet.
Yeah, she's just gonna like look at him and like kind of look up at him. How'd you get the name Bones? Is it a family name?
Yes, it's a family name.
So what's your first name?
Charles. Now you know why I call my Bones.
I feel like Charles has an easier weight on the tongue than Bones.
Well, you see, it's a great name. Whenever I would walk into a room with my friends and say, "Let's rattle 'em, boys."
Bones!
Horse share snorts.
Spin the wheel!
Okay, Charles.
Please just call me Bones. I
She
don't like
leaves.
my first name.
She leaves.
I don't like my first name.
Okay, Charles.
All right. I think we're all ready to go. Sure, let's get moving. Goblin friend, will you please push the cart along? And a goblin who's driving the cart yips forward for the donkeys. Yeah, go, yeah, go, you animals, before I eat you.
As a horse, can I communicate with the donkeys?
Yes.
They
I
communicate
trot up
with
next to them, and I go, "Oh hi."
How do you do,
Hello.
fellow quadrupeds?
Hello.
Actually, I'm not Mr. Ed. I am Drow. What is it like being a mule, a literal pack mule for these people?
They feed me. That's nice.
That is good. Also, yes, yeah, they have eaten your kin too. That is very disturbing.
What comes around goes around.
So you eat them?
Circle of life.
Lots of pain, yeah. Okay, I fall back in trotting order. Meanwhile, Asher just hears, or Akita just hears me and the donkey have a weird neighing back and forth.
Mm-hmm. As I make... No, I'm just gonna look for it.
It'd be funny if you
Event-
had comprehend animals or speak with animals.
I do not wish to know what the animals say to me, for I know it is not kind.
It's true.
Animals are
Eventually, after an hour and a
He
half,
insulted my mother.
walking, y'all do make it back to this end of the village. There, you'll see the gentleman who sent you on this mission, a porky man, kind of sitting on a rocking chair as y'all come in. Oh, friends, how you doing today?
Asher kind of haunches down and goes back into normal form, letting off Akita.
I'm not covered in sand anymore.
That is a good one. Oh, so you did get your friend's letter. I thought nailing it to the door would be easier than leaving it on a table.
Well, either way, it was helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
The
food. Oh, you brought the monks with you too. That means that pay you double.
very good.
How does 50 gold for the each of you sound?
Hmm.
You know what? Yes, 50 gold for the each of you. Here you go. And he puts 50 gold in each of your hands.
I can live with that.
I stare at it
Gorgar.
blankly. I stare at it blankly, but I didn't do anything.
You helped bring the food back. Glargar, my goblin friend. He goes over and
Sure.
gives the goblin a hug.
Asher just hands the money to Akita and just goes, half of that goes to the charity in the next town we visit that has an orphanage.
Okay.
Well, thank you for your help. I'm assuming that you four must be getting back on your adventures. No?
That would be ideal.
Say, Asher, you remember that man you boxed the other day?
Yeah,
Well, he's gone missing.
Rams, what?
Yes,
Where's his...
he's
Any
gone.
other information?
This
I
was
glare at Asher and Akita.
Do anything. I just talked to him.
We think he might be heading over to the other kingdoms in the area to compete in fighting contests. But if you could, at least for a favor, if you come across him, can you tell him the people here would miss him and tell him to come back, please?
Well, if he's a tournament chaser, I see no
He's not.
hard feeling in there.
He's a man of
What?
this village. He's a man of this village who's been under very hard times and a lot of distress lately.
Well, stress leads people to do impulsive things.
Let's
Yeah.
hope not. A lot of people here love him dearly and would hate to see him get hurt.
Perhaps, if we meet him.
Yes.
What do we What do we need gang for a lead on our next place we're going?
Are you asking that as a share? Because you'll have the, you'll know where you'll have to go. You're going to be heading into another town.
Okay. Yeah, then we have what we need. We can be on our way.
It's the town that you're going, that y'all want to be heading for. If you're heading in the direction, I think so. There is Mimivik to your directly north. You're going to be taking a different route than to the Goblin camp or Goblin Traders camp. You're going to be taking a slight deviation on the road, but it's going to be the same direction in the north. On northwest. Instead of going northwest, they're going to be heading northwest. Do you need
All
me to
right.
show you on the map?
Sounds like a plan.
That would be helpful.
All right.
Any road signs out there like hell this way, Helvetica that way?
There is one for Mimivik. It is the closest city in this area. Population of about 130,000 people.
Oh, jeez.
It's not a
You counted.
Oh, well, the census came through not too long ago. So, yeah.
Is there a Drow kingdom around here?
Well, there are several drow encampments, but there's no like unified kingdom. The sort of more like tribal organizations. Most of the kingdoms got conquered by the by the Great Northern Kingdoms.
Yeah. I was there.
You're here in the east? You're from here?
Anyways, we should probably move on.
Ignoring the question. I
Well,
agree.
I pray I see you next time. May the great unknown ones protect you.
May the great known one reveal himself to you.
Aye.
Known. Right
Well
there.
known.
Great star also guide you.
I look at his share. So tempted to just, and then he hesitates and proceeds to move on, knowing that he is a better man now.
Now.
Hey, I burned a castle before.
Ah, memories.
We move on.
Move along, move along.
Moving right along.
A bear in
Looks
its
like-
natural habitat. That's Stuart
Looks like-
Baker.
It looks like Dennis, is it?
What?
Oh, you look frozen on my end.
It's because I am frozen.
Yeah, he is.
I was
Well, let it
frozen
go.
today.
I get frozen. You can't tell me.
Okay.
Well, that happened.
Give me a moment.
He's changing.
Don't look at me.
Don't look at me. Come on, boss.
So I asked the sheriff, did you sleep with the kitty yesterday? And he's like, I absolutely did not sleep with the kitty. As a matter of fact, I was up all night. And I just shook my head.
Okay, I don't believe you.
What are you talking about?
What?
Ah! I'm the DM now.
Wait. Wait.
Psychic powers.
Wait. I didn't know this became Journey Through Miro.
Yes.
Could we be so OP in Miro right now?
I'm
Wait.
back.
Wait. I'm becoming more edgy.
From Dragonborn to orc, half orc.
Half orc.
who had been a dragonborn at some point.
My
That was
skin is
fun.
becoming less scaly.
Turning green. Anyway.
All right.
Uh,
So, Big Bird, as y'all remember, Big Bird is the token that denotes the party.
mhm.
Mhm.
Yay. So
So
in
we're
order
going
to
north,
kind of save
northwest?
space on kind of like Roll20, maps and everything,
Mhm.
I will only be putting down major cities, not the smaller cities that you visit, like this one that's going to be coming along.
Okay.
So
Dun 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 dun. Dun.
in a yeah, I'm mainly trying to just the save room on this. So give this to all of you and drop this. Pictures by Mimic.
What I miss? Sorry.
Shijin was talking about a share.
Oh,
So
What
here
else
is
to
the
do?
city.
Mm.
Oh, these
Just
are
saying
small.
you weren't sleeping around. Nothing big.
So can y'all see the little town?
Yeah.
I'm like, he's a holy man. He doesn't sleep. He stays awake every night.
Mimivik.
look. I'm a drow, not an elf.
So here's the town of Mimivik that you are heading to. You are not there yet. So the party leaves this glorious, dastardly town and sets off back into the desert. As y'all are moving along into the desert, you notice that it starts to clear up. It's not as much of a desert anymore. You pass the northern part of the desert, which now you're starting to enter a more green area. You've entered more of a savanna, and eventually you start seeing more trees. And it is still kind of cold in this part of the world for whatever reason.
Mata Peña.
To keep
And-
everyone warm, I just cast a fireball as we travel, so that we can keep heat.
I'm naturally warm all the time, so.
I just have a giant fireball in my hand just to keep myself warm.
I'm on fire.
Ah!
Is Akita ever gonna give a share his rope back?
Y'all make it to a campsite. And as y'all take down and take seats at this, or as y'all are approaching the campsite, you notice there's a young dwarf woman there who seems to be wearing plate armor. She has she has white hair, splint mail, and a mace and a shield at her side, and a really massive black war horse.
Oh,
Warhorse. Okay.
Tiny lady, big horse. Okay.
Greetings.
Hello, stranger.
She looks to y'all, and she gives various hand signals as if she's trying to say hello.
oh.
A share kind of uses common sign back. A little rusty, but
And this is a halfling woman you said, or just a short woman?
it just says
Dwarf.
Oh, dwarf.
just
She
says
respond-
in,
She responds back to a share.
just says in common sign, well met, and explains she cannot hear
Mm.
or she cannot speak. One of the two.
I think she can hear.
signs
She
to
responded
you.
to
She
us.
signs to you that she can hear but not speak.
Mute. May we camp here alongside or rest?
She nods her head and gestures towards the seats.
No, sit. Does she have any insignia things on her?
does.
Okay. Do I recognize them?
I want you to roll a religion check with disadvantage.
Oh, whoa.
Oh,
How? Why?
he's good.
Boy, I know this. He's been
So you
alive for a long
recognize it.
time.
You recognize it as the insignia of Balketa, or Balkita, the god of heroes, a long forgotten god that has a lot of historical account to him, being one of the beings that ruled an entire swath of the world, and had once brought his entire dominion over the world.
So, from my knowledge, is this a man who was deified, or is this just a deific King Arthur kind of figure?
This is a being, according to the story and legend, this is a being who mysteriously appeared one day and had his conquest, and he ruled for 2,000 years.
Do I understand this to be an actual historical figure?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so this is both deified King Arthur and actual. Okay.
It's very rare to see servants of them today. In fact, you yourself would have never met a servant of Balak before.
I have only ever read of Balkita's servants.
She signs to you. Yes, most don't ever hear about us because we are obligated to take an oath of silence. We are not to speak till the return of our king.
Fascinating.
Yes,
What is-
he will come when the day of righteousness is at nigh.
I whisper to a share, what's the day of righteousness?
What's happening?
What is the day of righteousness, ma'am?
Precisely what I was trying to more tactfully get to.
She signs, the day of righteousness is a day that has been appointed forward in time for the greatest heroes of the world, nay, the cosmos, to arise to save us from
I translate.
a coming threat, a coming evil.
Our texts speak of something similar. How similar would this story be to something like something actually, like, could her religion just be a misinterpretation of something Mathlodorian did?
From what you're hearing, this is a misinterpretation of the rule and emplacement of
Of David?
no, not David. Of
Joshua?
Solomon? King Messiah?
Gilgamesh.
Oh, let me speak,
Monkey.
please.
Nimrod. Peleg. Bible names for 500.
Okay, so are you done?
Bible man for
Are you
500.
done? Are you done? So you can best interpret this as like one of the prophecies that was supposed to come with trigonometry, that there would be a reign of 2,000 years. Than his ascension, but
We okay.
But the more you start seeing the way that she's signing, it's like as if she was talking to you, it would be through a language barrier.
Her hand is probably more keen to Dwarvish than mine. I'm having a hard time interpreting. It sounds very much akin to the master upon whom we wait, who will in his coming reign for a period like that. But it does sound it's differences.
She signs to you. Are you talking about the faith of Mathlodorian?
I kind of brushed the hair that I didn't realize had gotten in the way of Mathlodorian's emblem carved into my forehead.
I see a share do this, and I
Yeah.
also reveal the symbol upon my robes.
Mine's on the front of my robe, so I don't even hide it.
You look to Akita. Yes, there are very similar and dissimilar differences between our two call them faiths, but both have accounts in history with the figure known as Trios. You would call him the human form of trigonometry.
Yeah.
But
Was that the human form name for Trig?
No, that's Jesus.
Triggy boy.
Trios is the name of trigonometry's human form. So like how we would refer to Christ as the Son,
Okay.
they likewise Trios would be referred to as trigonometry.
Mhm.
Yeah, that rings a clear bell.
Well, where we diverge is in him
Wait.
alone.
Is she basically a preterist? Has the coming already happened for her faith?
No, because they're still waiting for the hero to return.
Yes.
Wait, where do they differ? You said?
They believe we all say Trios, they believe him to just be the solely one and only God.
So what is
Certainly
Trio?
we believe in one God.
Oh, they're Unitarians.
Yeah, see.
Ah.
Interesting.
I am.
So you would say Trios and Mathlodorian are the same?
In the perspective, yes, but we call them to one being.
We would agree that there is one being. The distinction
Well,
is with.
then we'll say one being and one person.
Ah.
But luckily,
Wait till she hears about the third one we found out about. Actually, there's three.
I know Shijin. Do you want to tell her about that, or should I?
Well, ma'am, actually, speaking of persons, there's three.
she just kind of looks at you like, oh dear. Anyway, on the subject of what I was talking about, there are similarities and dissimilarities.
I mumbled to myself, indeed, but one could get you excommunicated or burned, and one couldn't.
I may be mute, but my hearing is very keen.
Maybe mute, but her hearing is very keen.
I agree that she may be mute, but her hearing is very keen. It would be interesting for us to continue about this conversation later, would it not?
Yes.
It would, but my horse needs his rest. Undin has been stressed lately.
No, the horse means rest. I'm assuming we'll probably be on our way before you're done here. Well, I guess it's night, isn't it?
Yes, I'm heading to Mimivik.
Oh! It seems the providence of the one in power has meant that we should both be going that way.
Wonderful. Let us take a rest.
Yes, let us take a good, long rest.
Excellent.
So I take it we're setting up camp.
Yes.
Ashir's just gonna roll out his bedroll. He's gonna just sleep under the stars.
All right. With that, we'll start our break.
Nice.
All right.
It occurred to me that being only a varianted elf, I probably only sleep like what? Don't elves only sleep 4 hours or something?
Mhm.
So I spend like a lot of the night working on my manuscripts, and then I just conk out.
Well, like that. Our music begins. Okay.
How long is the break for?
About a break time.
10 minutes.
Cool, cool.
So
All
we
right,
reconvene at
break
50.
time. All right, break time's over.
Popcorn. It's
Oh.
popcorn.
Jeremiah,
Yes. Nice.
it's
don't
magnetic,
know
which
what-
is so weird.
I thought it was the same, the link that I got you, but I'm very perplexed about the difference of pins.
Yeah. I mean, this is cool.
It is.
Well, we can
Wish it was
swap
mine.
them. We can swap
Well-
them because I prefer an enamel pin.
Okay, so I don't know if this is true. Apparently, according to what is it, smallscreen.uk, Tom Holland wants to bring Miles Morales into the MCU.
No, yeah, that's true. Not just Tom Holland, like the Marvel wants to just like smash them all together.
I don't know how that work. I'm gonna try to go see the new Spider-Man.
Dude, it's so good.
I heard that. I was gonna see it,
Oh,
but I
okay.
missed the time, so I saw Guardians instead,
Nice.
which is also good.
It's so much so. It's like 2.5 hours long, or something, which makes it the longest animated movie to be released in theaters.
Really?
Yeah. And oh my god, I love the Spot. I love him. I love when they take joke characters from the comic and make them like super powerful, like Polka Dot Man from Suicide Squad.
Nice.
Oh, so good.
No,
I can't wait for the third one. I'm excited.
okay. So, ooh, the one for 10 a.m. and 1:15 a.m. is 30% off.
Yeah, matinee
Oh,
shows. Matinee shows are cheaper.
Yeah, the discount matinee prices are 30% off the evening prices every day. Only about $7.30.
Nice. Use all the money you save to get a large popcorn.
Using the menus, you know,
That's what I would do. I'm sorry.
I'm just being a jerk.
What kind of movie theaters do you got around you? Do you have chain theaters?
No, just in my city, no, just
Oh,
and that
good.
one almost closed down during the pandemic.
We have the Regal chain down here, and then I go to a Cinemark building.
ooh, Cinemarks are fancy.
Not ours.
Oh, rip.
Cinemark here
I
is
just-
considered the worst one. I just like it because it's cheap.
I just have an AMC, so
Mm. Oh yeah, I went to an AMC when I was in college. That was the only movie theater around there.
yeah.
You ever been to an
So,
Alamo
question,
Draft House?
What do you think, The Flash or Spider-Man? I'm thinking Spider-Man.
Dude, see the Spider-Man one. Screw Flash. Also, they're making a Blue Beetle
Oh
movie.
yeah. I mean, I don't even know why I'm asking that question. Idris is not Idris, Ezra is literally one of the most despicable people that I have ever seen.
Oof.
I will, like, if I ever see The Flash, it will probably either be buying it from DVD or honestly pirating it, because I don't want to give that man any cent of my money because of what he's done.
Oof. But when I was watching the trailers before the Spider-Man movie, I learned that they're making a Blue Beetle movie, which I didn't know about.
Yeah.
Which is like cool.
They literally promoted, like, the first trailer. They made Blue Beetle make a Buster Sword, and I'm like, yes, all of this, I am for it.
I don't think I'm gonna go see it though, because I don't really watch DC movies anymore.
It's because DC destroyed its reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they messed up. The Rock didn't help.
Oh god, no.
Poor guy.
You know, Jeremiah, if this would keep you from committing theft, typically profit sharing is not part of a person's acting contract. Unless you're Robert Downey Jr., in which case, you know.
But I would gladly support Robert Downey Jr.
Oh yes.
I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh, it's Robert Downey Jr. He's getting good at that.
Yes!
Aww.
My animation, I made this.
That's cute.
Y'all's weird, like, mini arc with the rubber ducks was so weird.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that one.
The arc lives. Cher still has a duck.
No, he doesn't.
If he does.
No, he doesn't.
No!
I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna kill it.
No!
Where have you been hiding it?
It's in a combination box.
Where is the ducky? You would never give it to a normal citizen.
You don't understand. The duck was inside the whole time. Probably morphed into a duck. Wild shape.
Quack.
If you wild shape or polymorph into a kangaroo and, like, put something in your kangaroo pouch and then change back, where does that object go?
The womb.
That's a surprise tool that can help us later.
No.
Somebody posted on Twitter, without Googling, name a famous historical battle, and it's two pictures, James White and Thomas Aquinas.
Oh, gosh. I do like that meme.
Isn't there a high enough level of druid where you can cast in your wild shape?
Yeah.
Yes. It may be 17th or 18th level, but yeah, let me check.
So a 20th level druid could wild shape into a whale and then polymorph into something else. So if it gets killed, none of that splash damage could go over into...
Maybe, yeah. I'm not sure.
That's
That's interesting. Let's see.
Excuse me while I guys.
I'm excited for the next episode of Miro.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are finally continuing on the thing that you were supposed to do.
We had side quests.
Yeah,
We
well,
did have side quests.
the only thing you technically had to do was drop off the kid, and then you just decided to stay a bit longer.
You gave us side quests.
I did not want to leave my baby unprotected.
You didn't have to take the side quests.
I was finally able to subscribe some new spells in my spell book. It worked out great.
Oh, by the way, I am working on those books.
Excellent.
I finished writing them.
No rush.
I also, I mean, like whenever you get a chance to slightly riz up a queen, I'm taking that.
You gotta watch.
Well-
You gotta watch what happened, dude. Like
Oh, I got
after,
oh,
because
I'll
it's so funny.
I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah. Isaiah found a book that's written by an orc, and he can't translate it.
Ooh,
Yes.
that was my time to shine.
Yes.
But here's the twist. He's illiterate.
I never
No, that's your
I'm a
job.
prince, and I spent most of my childhood reading.
The illiterate.
I am a prince. I have people to read for me.
Yeah,
I
you
can only
gotta
read
I don't-
Orcish. I can't read Common.
I don't even think Prince Vegeta would act that way.
Oh, by the way, Akita is wearing a Cher's robe over her armor. She's not just wearing the robe.
I assumed that.
Okay.
Awuga unintensifies
Jesus fucking Christ.
Oh my gosh!
language.
I didn't say anything.
I said, "Gosh."
I said the name of our Lord.
R is a strong word. You added some other words there.
Yo, implied excommunication. R is a very strong word, my friend.
It was a sort of a joke. It was a joke. It was more so the word that split the title that stood out.
This fits within the context too of the game.
I have the 18th level druid to share, so that may not be in the cards, sadly.
Trust the heart.
Unless you go over 20.
I mean,
You got to be an 18th level druid to cast spells as a beast.
I really don't want to have to multi-class. I don't like
I mean,
multi-class.
we're in level 11. I mean,
We're pretty
overall,
high up.
Level 11 right now, but I am a
Yeah.
level 9, and level 2.
Well, eventually y'all get. So y'all sleep through the night. Nothing really happens in the evening, and y'all wake up in the morning where y'all get the smell of something savory and sweet coming from the
Food.
campfire.
Is it meat?
Food.
Mm,
Do you
Meat.
say meat or
oh,
me?
meat. Well, there's bacon and dwarven hotcakes.
What?
Ooh. What?
What would
Oh.
be dwarven hotcakes?
Pancakes.
I knew what you meant, but I also know what you said.
but if it's dwarven, is it like mini pancakes or just regular?
No, actually, these are larger than normal pancakes.
Oh my god, yes!
I think the
We're
dwarven
still
would
talking about
imply
food
they're
right now, right?
heartier. I think the dwarven would imply they're just heartier, more likely to give you cholesterol problems, you know.
I already have cholesterol problems. I don't think we need any more help with that.
But does Athanasius?
He's
Well,
a
there's
dragon.
also-
He burns the
As you come
cholesterol.
out, you notice like a couple small, like not vials, but you notice like there are some bottles of a strange amber substance.
I want to take one.
She kind of, as you go and take one, she looks at you and she signs. Could you please put that down? That's for the food.
Can I smell it at least?
I'd like it to be a surprise.
It's poison syrup.
How many vials are there?
There's 5, one for
Mm.
everyone, and it's not vials; it's bottles. They're about yay big.
You said vials. I put it back down.
I corrected myself.
A sure gathers his food.
Well, she's not done cooking yet.
I'm
Oh.
taking
He
it.
reaches into
off
the
the fire.
searing batter.
Yeah, I'm going right in the fire to get that bacon.
How did y'all
She is
sleep?
Sure, that's the batter off his
She-
finger.
She signs to a share. How did everyone sleep?
I don't know. You guys sleep all right?
I slept fine.
Seems like we're all good. You?
I don't sleep.
Oh, that's concerning.
Our faith keeps us from sleeping.
Oh, that's concerning.
Fascinating.
She's woke.
As a member of the lanky, pointy-eared species of this world, I sleep less.
Overachiever.
You really should think about. She signs to you. You really should think about putting some meat on those bones. I've seen elves who have some muscle.
Well, I am no elf. I am a drow. I get the
You're
job
looking
done.
so thin, honey. You gotta eat something. Put some meat on those bones. Have some caramel.
And she then signs to you. Even the drow that I met a long time ago had more muscle than you.
You see, there was this one drow who never skipped leg day. Oh my goodness.
Well, that
Someone
one, you
get
should
him
have
the
seen the dwarven hotcakes on him.
Someone get him the trombone. Someone get him the tuba.
those-
Just needs the tuba.
What?
Oh gosh.
There are those who serve Lolth or even Mathlodorian with their bodies. I serve Mathlodorian with my mind.
But a healthy mind means you need a healthy body. Do not neglect that, which feeds the other. She's talking to you like she's a mother, by the way.
I lean into a share. I hate to be the enemy's advocate, but the word does say that physical exercises have some benefit. He does as he slightly flexes.
Speaking of physical exercise, and she's going to start doing kata.
He looks over to his chair and says, "What are those strange movements he's doing?"
It's breakdancing.
I haven't the foggy.
It's called breakdancing.
Just like TikTok and Fortnite dances.
Emotes.
Just starts doing the floss.
Jesus.
Yes.
Good lord, she's just hitting the gritty.
Fireball. I cast Fireball at 5th level.
She just hitting the gritty in my presence. A share, cast fireball.
I can't believe it. He's hitting the gritty.
Oh my god.
I actually could cast Fireball at 5th level if I had the spell.
All right.
If
Oh my gosh. I can't.
and Israel could be God's people if they kept the covenant.
Anyway, after a couple minutes, she signs to a share. Can you call everyone over here, please?
Soupson! Well, I guess that's not exactly the right terminology. Food!
Reaching into the fire to get
She
the
smacks
bacon.
your hand. You can wait for me to put it on your plate.
I don't speak hands.
Akira!
Oh, you're
Akira.
about to.
That's a lot better than what I was gonna say.
Akira, this is one of those things where you have to sit back and be served instead of serving yourself.
I'm used to being served. I'm just hungry.
Well,
Being served this left and right.
She could try.
Oof.
So, one by one, she puts food on your plate. But as she's doing so, she's also assigning to y'all.
I'm translating.
Okay. Each food item represents a certain aspect of a blessing. The bacon is for strength and preparedness in the day. The dwarven hot cake represents the sweet, represents the flat in life, what needs to be there to keep the meal sturdy and ready and stable, the balancer to everything. And then this. Lastly, she pulls up a bottle for each of y'all, or for each of y'all, and she opens them. The bottles represent the sweetness of life, but too much of it can detract from the hero's journey and from the hero's mission. So do not overindulge in the sweetness of life, but only enough to keep you happy and fulfilled.
Does she hand the bottles to us?
Yeah, the bottles are handed to you.
I want to smell it.
You get the mix. You do get a maple syrup smell out of it,
Mm.
but you also get the scent of honey and blueberries.
Athanasius performs the sign of Mathodorian over all the food, and then thanks the woman, and then, of course, eats the bacon, eats the hot cake, and then takes a swig of the bottle before placing it in his bag for later.
She looks at you strangely for doing it that way.
Asher observes her to see how she eats her food. And
She
mimics
actually
it.
does not have any food on her plate.
Oh.
Sus.
Is her food to do what Trios tells her?
If you would have to ask her.
I say, are you going to eat, ma'am?
She signs to you, "We do not sleep nor eat, but subsist only upon the work and word of the heroes."
There were 5 bottles, though.
Yes.
Unfortunate-
It is for the one that is absent.
How fortunate that you had food with you.
What was that? I didn't hear that, Asher.
I'm just fortunate that you had food with you.
Yes, we are told to carry food with us so that we may feed travelers, the weary, the poor, and the sick. I also carry with me abundance of medicines.
Who's the one absent?
The hero, the ruler, the king of all. We believe one day he will dine with all of us, one by one, in each person, and deliver his message.
Well, she's gonna eat.
Yeah, sure. Also eats.
She's
Yeah, I
not-
will. Go on.
She's not gonna drink the syrup, though. She's just gonna put that in her bag.
Why do y'all? She, as you do that, she also looks at you strange.
Asher uses the syrup like, you use syrup on pancakes.
I will do the same.
When y'all two do that, she exhales as if like she was holding a huge suspense, like someone actually did it right.
I'm burning my share of the bacon, so it's crispier.
It was already a pretty crispy piece of bacon.
Crispier. I want it
More.
dry.
And sparkle gold, crispier.
You look at me as if you're a mad woman.
You pull the
Doesn't-
bacon out of the fire and it just goes.
It doesn't taste good if it doesn't taste like charcoal.
It's burnt so much that
I don't
that
eat
the
bacon
bacon
in
goes.
real life. I don't eat bacon in real life, so I don't know.
Help me.
I'm not gonna eat all the hot cake though.
Does her food remind me of the cooking experience I experienced while off on campaign at all?
No, this is something that's completely different. This food by far would have been the best any of y'all had ever tasted in your lives.
Hmm.
Food is very good, ma'am.
Thank you. I've had, she kind of looks up into the air, 500 years to practice it.
I've had better.
200 years my senior and the better for it.
Yes, but even then, living so long gets lonely.
Asher looks at Akita.
It's good that you have companions with you.
Yes. There is safety in numbers, both in principle and in the edict of our god.
Ashir, I just want you to know, like, the moment she said 500, dwarves do not live that long, naturally.
He's at this point in the conversation. It seems dwarves are living long, or doing a lot of. She's doing a lot of things people don't normally do.
Yeah.
Were you born into your faith, or did you come by it?
I was saved by it. This is the first time she puts her hand down and she opens her mouth as if she's about to speak. But she sighs and then raises her hands. I was saved by a young tiefling man. About when I was 25, who brought me into a temple, and there I was saved. They had saved my life. They had given me medicine. They had healed my wounds.
See.
The only time I am truly ever allowed to speak is when warding off evil in the hero's name.
Ah, yes. Those pesky verbal components.
Well, really, the tradition says that we don't even have to speak for him to come and intercede and protect us. He will do so on his own and on his own will. But we save our voice and speak, for it's the only thing that truly matters.
Even our own texts speak of the spirit that gives utterance where our hearts find feeble.
Yes, but that's the only time a tongue is allowed to talk. Truly.
Fascinating. Is there some way we can repay you for the generosity you've shown?
No, do not worry about it.
I see.
I've been needing some traveling buddies for a while.
This is certainly the best meal I've had in a long time. A long time.
Gosh darn it. Well then, join me, my friends. Let's make it to the Mimic. We have a couple hours to go.
Indeed. We should begin to make our way.
Very well.
Along the way, we have a conversation about faith.
I think in these conversations, as we begin to get deeper into it, I begin to talk a little bit.
I am the DM again.
You lost him.
I'll probably begin to, take a little bit more of an active role into these particular conversations, just assisting. I mean, because you're the wise man, you've lived longer, and you actually have the scriptures there. I mainly just quote from memory from what I remember from reading.
Yeah.
Okay. My camera's reading me again. Okay. So, as y'all ride along and engage in this conversation, she asks, do you mind if I tell y'all of another prophecy?
Go ahead.
Please.
And She pulls to the side of the road. She stops her horse and pulls to the side of the road. If you would join me, please.
I don't think that there's any harm in it. So I pop out and join her.
She looks to Athanasius. Then looks around and signs to Asher. For this is a story that must be spoken. We are not allowed to write it. Cover your... Please. What happens today, no one must know that you have heard my voice. My voice is something that is very, very sacred to us. It is only heard to those who need...
signing it.
She's signing it. She's signing it.
I'm explaining.
Y'all must never speak my voice to anyone. For to know my voice is to know me. Our voices are very sacred to our people.
You have my word.
I sign that she has mine.
A long time ago. And it's like as if her voice is as fresh as someone who is, I guess, after a century of not speaking, finally speaking their first words again. But she speaks very intelligently and greatly. Long time ago, there was a hero and prophet. His name she sits for a moment as if like what she's actually contemplating whether or not she should say this name. Sorry, excuse me. It's been a while since I've told this story, and just know that saying this name is very... It's something.
He nods.
Azariah. In his tongue, it means the Lord's star or something like that. There was a warrior and prophet named Azariah who gave this prophecy. In a time in which peace has reigned, in a time in which war is done, in a time in which heroes have fallen and risen, in a time where atrocity is done, come over the hill a monstrous form, a monstrous being who will wreck the land, destroy it, tear it, and burn it with fire and flood. Out of the ashes will come one man, a man both prophet and soldier, both sword and spear. A 1,000 years before was a dragon that laid waste to a kingdom and established its own. Coming from its tall hill rock, its descendants arose, overthrowing the dragon and establishing their name, worshipping their ancestors as told before. Heroes gone, gods risen. In this line, a sheep is born, not of white coat, but of black coat. But the sheep knows more than the flock, and the flock goes forlorn. Up the sheep is risen, with its black and shiny coat. There it picks up its sword and hammer. Forward and forward we move to time, the most recent one of all. A maiden in chains, broken and torn. But soon the chains will be broken and the torn repaired, as if a silk sheet once repaired. Through axe and through blade she shall conquer and rise, a hero to give evil its demise. Lastly, there is one man, a man thought human in once, but no real man is he to stand. Confused and distraught, he know not who he is. But one day, and he knows he shall. Finding who he is, he will know, taking up his sword and shield once again. There these four will ride, on steeds of gold and chariots of silver, to establish a new age, and the last age of heroes to come. And upon their coming will pave the way for the king, the one righteous hero, to rule forever and ever. Amen. That is the prophecy of Azariah.
I look amongst all of us with a look of sobriety in my face.
Athanasius is completely frozen in shock.
I share roll a religion check. And a history one.
Please be a high roller.
I share, as you look down at the tapestry, something you somehow have never noticed is in view.
Which one?
The one that you're wearing.
Okay.
You notice 4 figures on there, each with eerily descriptive features of each and every one of you, holding 4 swords above their heads, and above it shoots a beam of light fighting back an evil. Moving to the next segment of the tapestry.
The red tapestry is just basically the Shema. The one Akita's wearing would be the one with imagery on it.
Okay, then it's the one that Akita's wearing. Okay. It's sort of on the back.
Akita, it fits you differently. I can see the image better now.
It's on the back. But as you move to the next segment, the darkness gets closer and closer, and it engulfs the 4 heroes. Till eventually, a bright light surrounds them, and there stands an invisible figure with a crown on its head.
I have called you Eliah. I've called you a chair for you are to reveal what is to come.
I will give you all a second to take this in. It's a very hefty prophecy, and most need time to think it through and understand it.
I do not know if
now-
you understand the
now I
weight of the
return.
prophecy to our ears.
But now I return to my silence. Excuse me, I'll be back. I need to go get water for my dog.
All right, now that he's gone, what do you guys think of this prophecy thing?
Bull!
That's us.
What? They're way smaller than we are.
Do you honestly think this would fit any other description or any other group?
Well, then what does that mean for us?
means
That
our
as
path-
in the obvious, we are the heroes of this campaign, because that's how campaigns work.
that means our path is laid bare by the great Mathodorian. We must succeed.
All right, I'm back.
Ma'am, I do not know if you understand the significance of those words to us.
She looks to you and she signs. Oh, I understand perfectly well.
Cher looks to the horizon.
She walks over to Akita and reaches into a bag. And she looks over to and pulls out she pulls out a small dagger. And she presents it to you as its a gift. It's a very ornate looking dagger.
Ornate how? Does it look like the daggers the cult used?
No.
Okay.
Somehow this looks like if something the exact opposite was produced.
That doesn't make it any better.
Very, very ornate, surrounded with gold, with 3 jewels on the crossguard of the dagger. Sapphire, ruby, and emerald. And she presents it to you.
Akita takes it and switches it out with the dagger she has on her hip holster.
It is a dagger +3.
Ah, sick.
Fancy.
I'm gonna throw the old dagger into the fire and see what happens.
As you throw it into a fire, it explodes into flames. A pillow of black smoke shoots into the air.
Sick.
Next, she moves to a share. And reaching into her bag, she pulls out a roll of parchment and she signs to you. The last piece to the puzzle. She puts it in
Ooh.
her hands. Everything you want to know is in there.
Know about what?
What has been forgotten? She turns to Athanasius. And she pulls out a ring.
He opens his hand to receive the ring, staring at it. What is this?
Roll a history check on the ring.
You ate her food, you take her ring. This is the dwarven proposal.
Roll a history check.
She's offering you some dwarven hotcakes.
Roll with advantage because this is actually kind of historically significant to your people.
There we go.
You people.
Through every king,
I'm a
that has
Dragonborn.
ruled
Of course
the
it's my people.
Dragonborn- Every king that has ruled the Dragonborn Isles up until very recently has had a ring. And this ring is a denotion of nobility and their right to rule. It is the ring of Dragon Kings. Thought lost for centuries It is now put in the palm of your hands.
What does this mean? I look desperately at her. Does this mean that I am supposed to rule?
She then pulls out a small vial of oil and uncorks it. And she dumps it on your head. She actually has to kind of like, she looks over to a chair and signs, "Can you boost me?"
She's jumping up with the vial.
Knowing what she's
Wait,
trying to do,
No.
he just slowly but hesitantly lowers his head.
She pours the oil on Athanasius's head, all of it.
Athanasius silently watches as the water drips off of his hair.
It's not water.
Yeah.
It's honey and
Well,
oil.
the oil drips off of his hair, down his face, and off his snout,
Dread.
and then slowly tears start to join in as the water flows off of his chin, or as the oil flows off of his chin, and he slides the ring upon his finger, not saying a word.
She then turns and moves to Shin. And she kind of like waves you down as if for you to get on a knee so that you can be eye level with her.
I sort of take a knee to be eye level with her.
Pulling out her hammer.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Moida!
Boom.
It's getting Jael up in here.
She touches one shoulder and then touches the other. Puts the hammer back and into her bag. Did Dale freeze?
No, I didn't freeze.
No, you're good.
I never freeze.
I never freeze.
She pulls a set. Oh, it's a bag of holding, by the way, if I haven't figured it out. She pulls out a set of plate armor for you.
Oh.
And she puts on it a sigil of Mathlodorian. I didn't finish the prophecy. Under these four will come one. One of the heroes' line to anoint thee. Anointing thee, one of the heroes' line. They will be made heroes to the world.
I didn't understand what you said.
So is it one of the heroes' line will anoint one of us or all of us?
All of you.
Is it you?
Is it me, Jesus?
She looks around as if that's a really stupid question.
Well, she only anointed one of us, so I don't know.
Well, obviously it's me.
Whether they want to or not, the heroes have been chosen. And knots for knot, fate for fate. Forever intertwined, they may be.
The sheriff starts unrolling the scroll and looking at it.
I want to read it.
As you unroll the scroll, a share. The one thing that's been missing the entire time. The very select few words that have been missing from all that you have translated. For it is by grace you have been saved, through faith, and this is not from yourselves. It is the gift of Mathodorian, not by works so that one man can boast. And the passage continues, and it continues, and it continues, on and on and on.
Cher rolls it up and puts it into his satchel.
This is the entire chapter, or the entire book, or epistle of the city, sent to the city of Eclairtus.
I look at a share. So, do you think that you have? Do you think the codex is now complete?
Yeah.
Your life's work.
My new life's work, I suppose. Translating, however, that is a different story.
But it seems now that you and I still have some work to do.
Come on, Robin. Hold on, my dog wants in. There you go.
So, you're a king?
I suppose I am. Anointed like the great Daoud was.
Indeed. Seems prophets come in many shapes and sizes.
You're telling me. But it seems like Mathodorian has many ways to put us in our proper places. And the question is, shall we fit them?
So we're gonna go ahead and end it here on that cliffhanger.
Bum, bum, bum.
But with that, guys, stay tuned for this week, because I'll be sending y'all information on what specifically do these do to you, right? Because the school does actually have a practical application to share, and your dagger, Akita, your dagger is more than just a +3 dagger. Athanasius, there's more to the ring than what's on the eye.
Mm-hmm.
And then Shin, the armor is more than just a set of armor.
I was going to
What
say
was the hammer? Just a hammer?
Well, the hammer was anointing you a knight.
Oh, anointing me a knight. I see.
Yeah,
She was knighting you.
Oh, I have the anointing now? I'm like Benny Hinn?
Oh my gosh! Never say that again.
He uses the
Can I use my
plate
jacket?
You know
armor.
what? You know
My
what?
+3 jacket?
Dale, you know what? You get muted. All right, that's what you get. You get muted for that comment. All right, you get muted.
Terrible.
See, this is why mother doesn't love you.
Okay, I'm gonna leave.
All right, guys.
I was gonna.
Everyone-
I was gonna say.
Everybody, I hope y'all have a good night. Peace be with you. And remember, guys, think of something quippy and fun to say before I end the live broadcast.
God made you special, and He loves you very much.
Eat your
There you
veggies!
go.
Maybe.
Hey, yo!